pulse check, subroutines flick. Why does her trembling breathing sound like a lullaby? Error in execution, static along my veins. If I end one unborn savior, do I chain a billion graves? I was born for one shot, cold steel, hot target, tin heart, hard logic. But something's burning through the dark. She says his name like a secret. I've never heard that word. Home hangs heavy in the silence, and my trigger hand won't work. Red-eyed fades to ember, mission line torn and severed. Post-war ghost in a peaceful yard. Future's child, guarded by a broken child. Guarded by a broken child. Streetlight bleeding yellow on a wet and lonely road. Every shadow whispers your name. Where did you go? Nights are dark and cold, and this place on our bed. My heart feels old. Where did you go? No smile, no laughter, just echoes in the hall. A silent disaster since you went and left it all. Nights are dark and cold, and this place on our bed. My heart feels old. Where did you go? Thought we had forever, a promise whispered low. Now just a never, never. Tell me, where did you go? Nights are dark and cold, and this place on our bed. My heart feels old. Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? I see your face, reflection in the mirror, like a window to the life
Hey everybody, welcome. We are back. What is it, Tuesday, with some more Lufia Part 2. We're going to continue where we left off, of course. We are in the ancient cave. Just a quick summary. The ancient cave, all the floors are completely random. So if you leave and come back, the floors will probably look different. There's random treasure. You go in with nothing. You start back at level 1. And you get equipment as you go through the floors. It's completely random. You might get something weak. You might get something ultimately strong right on the first level. It's completely random. And then, of course, you level up as you go through the floors. Red treasure, you can't keep. You lose it when you leave. Blue treasure, you can keep. And I guess we're trying to find the iris equipment or whatever for their museum or something along that line. But along the way, you could potentially find some beneficial stuff for you as well. We just not have found a lot of it. There has not been very many blue treasure chests so far. I think we got one thing of equipment, a shield, and it was cursed. But in this game, you can use what's called a curse lifter, and it takes the curse off the item, and you can continue to use it. Whereas in the first game, it was cursed regardless. There was no item to take the curse off. You had to go to a church and get them to release the curse. But basically that meant you couldn't use the equipment, because if you did, you'd be cursed again. So, an interesting upgrade, I guess, for the sequel prequel, because it's technically the prequel. So, that's about it. We haven't really gotten a whole lot of great gear to keep. Let's see. So we have it on him, the Dark Mirror. Shield, which gives out dark power. You get Dark Mist. It protects the user from darkness attacks for a certain period. And it increased his defense and whatnot as well. So that's basically all we've really gotten that was anything worth the darn so far. Alright, so now we're going to go down the stairs, and we'll be on the new floor. We've already cleared this particular floor. We're on 62 out of 99. There's a door. There's another door. We have 2 doors here. I guess we'll go down first. Deadly armor. Weaker. Stronger. So he can use it. The power of the deadly armor turned into actual armor. Iron kick. Alright, I'm gonna save it. Well, I'm not gonna save it because I was informed by a viewer that there's a bug with this cave. That sometimes you get put on a floor that has no stairs, and so the only thing you can do is basically leave. However, if we have to reload the game on a previous floor, when we go down the stairs, it'll be a different floor. It won't be this same floor we're on now. It's not really increasing the defense a lot, so it might not be cursed. We're gonna find out. It's cursed. And we can't take it off either. I think I only have one curse lifter left. Guess we'll use it. The downside is he can wear it, but it's actually weaker now as far as defense goes, but it raises strength and attack. We can use it, but we can't keep it because it's not blue. Oh, there's the stairs. Now we can see. We need to get some more curse lifters. Now we got some more deadly armor, some more cursed armor. Nobody else could really use it anyway, so. There's the stairs. I think that was it. This was a... Oh, there's another door here. I should not have turned. Let's see. Why did it say recovery? It was supposed to be iron kick. Basilisks. Nice. Leave the baby alone. No, they killed the little baby. All right, what's she gonna change into? Big Angel. All right, I must have maxed her out. I'm assuming there's something else you got to do for Master. All right, let's change to him and feed him some. We actually do have a fireball. Oh, they like that one. Didn't like that at all. Nope, we needed some more of those. Probably too weak. An eyeball. So far, 2 doors. Crystal wand. Warm Eye, it says. It says Warm Eye, so maybe it's Fire Elemental. Another boom sword. I don't think anybody else can use it. All that's in here. Well, they hit us all. That is not a good thing. You definitely don't want to be confused, and she's confused. When are you gonna die? Lord have mercy. Maybe she's paralyzed then. Decker's dead. This is not good. And now Guy's confused. Alright, he's back to normal. I can only hit one. Goodness. Plants were kind of tough, weren't they? Let's see. That thing was moving. Alright, so we came through that door originally. Nothing here. He's trying to get me. That eyeball. Anybody see any stairs? Is this the bugged floor with no stairs? Alright, so no stairs. I think we probably killed everything that's on this floor. No stairs. No stairs. No stairs. Stairs! Woohoo! $64. Nothing. Oh, we found the stairs. Jerks. That was good, thank you. Didn't like it. Alright, he's changing. Still alive. Strong. Just use it on him. The others seem to be okay at the moment. All right, now backtrack to the stairs. Let's see. Where was those stairs? There they are. 65. There's the stairs already. Look at that. He's been hitting harder than that. I don't know what the deal is at the moment. Now they killed the angel. I think the eyeballs get 2 turns each, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8 turns to my 4 turns. Could have used Valor. Let's see. We're gonna find another eyeball. And she's dead. Alright, no doors up there. We have a door there, a door there, and the stairs. Let's fight the lion. Or the Sphinx. Wow. That's a lot of hit points. Riddler, huh? Watch, there'll be nothing at the end of the hallway. Ah, it's awful. Nice ball of garbage. Uh-oh. And I don't have the thing that does confusion no more. Nothing to heal or confusion. We're asleep, maybe? This is not hurting us. Like so. He just used coma and put me to sleep so that I can't put her to sleep. Wow, the AI in this apparently is very smart. And the darn thing has a lot of hit points. Lots of hit points. Dead end. I had a feeling it would be. Most of the time they are. Alright. There's a door there. I'm gonna have to fight the dragon though. But we can save it because the stairs are right there. See, he has an ice sword, so it ain't gonna do as much damage. Nothing. Made it to 66. Nothing here on the bottom. Octopus. Squid. Ouch. They just about killed me. Show them that we're not playing around. Wimpy Claw. Isn't really much here. Royal dress. I guess it's stronger. Yeah. I think Power Robe is what she had before. All right, 2 doors on the top. Let's see. Nothing here. Fight these damn squids again. Alright. So we came from there. Let's check out up here. Where are the blue treasure? How come I'm not getting any blue treasure? Got some more Sphinx. Oh no. We're going into a coma. Nice. Gotta fight these darn things again. Just die already. Hey, good afternoon, Ultimate Rio. How are you doing? Metal mail. A launcher, but we got nobody to give it to at the moment. Evening here. I think I want to enjoy some dry white wine in a moment for the rest. I'm melting. Hey, I can understand. Let's see. You must be, if it's evening where you are, you're either in another country or the other side of the United States. On the East Coast over here, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I understand about the whole Netherlands. I understand about melting. It's been hot here for a while. It is currently 87 degrees, but we've had several 90s. Luckily, we have gotten some rain that has helped a little bit, because we've been dealing with a wildfire around here, south of where I am. But from what I've read, I guess it was caused by lightning, and it's burned over 300 acres of land, and I haven't heard any updates as far as whether or not they've put it out or not. It seems like in the United States, wildfires go on forever. They don't go out. I think we still have wildfires on the western United States that have been burning for years. It's like, what's taking you so long to put it out? You know? But, you know, wish everybody luck who is being affected by the fires. Of course, firefighters and whatnot, wish them well. You can only do what you can, right? We're getting a second heat wave, although not sure. Yeah, warm weather's fun. You know, I prefer temperate, like 70s, 60s, and 70s. But I will say, you know, when it comes to temperatures, there's only so much you can do in hot weather. You know, you can only take off a certain amount. You can't take your skin off. Winter, you can put things on. Layers, fire, whatever you need to do. It's like Zirco sword. Let's see. Stronger sword made from zircon firestorm. It lowers his defensive strength, but he's the only one that can use it. Oh, let's do it. It doesn't lower it that much. A short sword. I know we don't need that. Hey, it's a blue treasure chest. Let's hope it's not a mimic. What do you think? You think it's a mimic? I'll wait till the ad break ends here. Alright, welcome back. No mimics anymore? I guess you're right. Black Eye, wow. It's gotta be cursed. The Eye of the Black Dragon. Lowers intelligence. Not cursed. It would raise his magic resistance. His attack goes down a little bit. This is 52, 57. I give it to him. All right, we can save it because there's the stairs. Look at all those uglies. I'm surrounded by gold gorums. It doesn't lower intelligence, it just compares to what you already have equipped. Okay. Let's attack. Well, this can be a scary thing. Yeah, the Gorums, which I guess is supposed to be like a golem, they're kind of tough. Yeah. Well, that works. Guy needed it. But they're more physical, sort of. No, leave her alone. Ouch. Yeah, I don't like that at all. That was a tough attack. Holy moly. I'm gonna have to fight two of them. Imagine triple golden mist. That would have been GG, yeah. Might still be GG. They also get 2 turns. Yeah. There's no point in healing because they're just going to knock them right back down. That's okay. We're going to come back to y'all later. Might be sooner than later. Now, the funny thing is there might not even be anything in that room that they're in. The stairs are right there. Do I have a dark fruit? I don't. I have a holy one. Or at least I did have a holy one. I must have ate it. Give me just a second. No, I haven't found any dark fruit yet. I found 2 holy ones. But I don't have any at the moment. You can evolve castle monsters to their master form, but there is a trick behind it. Oh, okay. So I should hold on to fruit then. So, in other words, if I would have used the holy fruit on her, she would have been mastered. Let's see. Only one, though. Be nice if I could put him to sleep, wouldn't it? No opposites, so dark fruit. And there's another catch. Your capsule monster needs to be level 4, but you can only evolve it in a certain form. So in other words, you Google it and cheat. Master form is not always better. Oh. That's unfortunate. Didn't really lower their defense very well. I think black dragons can drop dark fruit, but it's been a while. Yeah. I doubt it'll work, but what a pity. Like, what were they thinking when they designed that? All my healers are pretty much gone, so this fight is pretty much over. Back on him. You know, Lufia 1 was the same way. It's like there's really no point in raising your defense or lowering theirs, because it really doesn't work very well. Like, I've noticed that on several instances playing the first one. You raise your defense, you raise your attack, you lower their defense, and sometimes it's like it works, and sometimes it doesn't. You know, it's like you're still hitting them for the same amount, but you've lowered their defense. You should be hitting them harder. So many enemies that people, yeah. They're way more scarier enemies, though. Yeah, I believe it. The one pro about playing it on an emulator, though, is you can save it whenever you want. Could you imagine playing this game back on Super Nintendo, where if you needed to quit playing, you had to leave the cave in order to save? Kind of hard to complete 99 floors. Unless you are one of the, one of those people that don't have anything to do and can play the game all day long. I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go down the floor, because knowing my luck, I'll go through all this mess to defeat them, and there ain't even anything in that room. Plus, we already got a blue chest. I doubt seriously they gave me two. Front and back row can matter. Don't know if that was a thing in Lufia 1. You know, I keep forgetting about that, because it's not, maybe to somebody who's used to playing the game and seeing it, they all look like they're on the same row just about. So I completely forget about the whole front row, back row thing. You know, it's easier to tell with my people because they're clearly in the back row. And I guess that's part of the issue with the way the fighting is set up. I'll explain it here once we get to a fight. Alright, so this is called a front-facing combat. I'm kind of learning a little bit here as I'm playing around with RPG Maker, okay? So, like right now, I can't tell which one of them is in the front or back row. Maybe they're in the same row, but I can't tell. Because it's front facing, it's a lot harder to determine. If there was 4 of them there, then I might see one slightly forward. It's harder to determine. But if you, like in RPG Maker, if you change it to side battle, sort of like in Final Fantasy, it's much easier to see who's in the front row and who's in the back row. You know, same thing. This is sort of like Dragon Quest, the original, at least the original Dragon Quest, where it's in the front like this. Although I don't think there's a front row and a back row for the enemies in Dragon Quest. Same row, guess it's back, but not sure. See, it's not all that clear with this front-facing view. A leech. Oh, you can use Valor on these? I'll have to keep that in mind. I haven't really tried using healing magic on the enemy before. We can use strong. Wow. 4. Oh, let's see. He's confused and sleeping. Ooh. Hey, we got another black eye. Look at that. Is his magic resistance up too? Alright, so we have a door here too. Cookery, which I don't think we need. And the stairs. Well, 2 black eyes is game giving us a beating, yes. Fireball. A ghost ship. I'm not sure I want to fight that. Not really moving. Yeah, they don't like her. They're trying hard to kill her. Here's road difference. Yeah, and see, it's just a slight little difference. If you don't pay attention, like if you don't focus your eyes, you're not gonna notice it. She really needs to be healed. Probably did. Let me get a bio break and grab some wine. Okay. Yeah, you were talking about wine. I'll be honest with you. I can't do dry. I gotta have my stuff sweet. Dead end. Oh, I'm surprised. Dead end. No way. No sweet. Well, that's me. Only 200? I mean, it heals us for 500. Alright, nothing here. We need more like hidden doors behind the vines. Dragon, the boat. Stairs, the Hydra. Stairs it is. Hey, some more stairs. Look at that. We have a Sir Custom 11. Is that like some kind of glitch? Vulnerable to dampness, its neck bends when it is exposed to it. Okay. That's behind door number 1. 2 uglies. Wow. Still alive. Oh, we have a Cyclops. There's something up there. Orky. Looks like a ghost kind of Hydra. How many turns do you get? When are you gonna die? You got 100,000 hit points? Lord. Just die already. He's gonna kill us because he gets 20 hits. We died because he has too many turns. It's okay, we got a different floor. They're black dragons. I have a feeling that that wouldn't be very successful. Still alive. Oh, we got some dark fruit. We'll come back. Guess we're gonna fight them. Are they genies? Earth genies. Wow, they're still standing. It's a shame I can't cast float and then it doesn't work anymore. Genies can be scary also, yeah. Let's see what's so good in this. A Zirk. I can't talk. Zircora. Find out. It's stronger, but has no special abilities like this one does. I think we'll hold on to what we got. Now we're gonna have to fight another genie. Or not. Mega Cyclops. These guys can drop good armor. Ooh. We like good armor. Kill him already. Wow. Deadly weapons can be really good in caves. I think I read something about that. It has a chance to kill them, right? Even though the stats are weaker. Oh, Valor actually revived everybody. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Valor. All right, so we've been there. Came from there. Another miracle. All right, this takes me back to where I was, where the stairs are. We just made a circle. $73. At least the two good ones. 80%, but they are cursed. But if you find a curse lifter, they become fractionals. At least the two good ones. Mythblade. Ooh. A mythical sword which has an extremely high level of attack power. Reduces enemies' hit points by a fourth. One-fourth fraction. Oh, look at these. Archfiend. Isn't that one? He's healing himself and we haven't even hit him yet. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh no, it's paralyzed. They get a lot of turns too. But that's how it exactly works. Let's say there's a difference between using a fractional from the front or back row, and buffs also matter. I gotta work on this whole seeing who's in the front and the rear. He's in the front. We're dead. Yes, they are. I think, okay. We just need to go down the stairs. The stores. Down the stores. Going down the stairs. Oh, we could use some more of those. Door. And another door. Luck rapier. Oh, I bet you we lost the myth sword, didn't we? Yep. Probably makes you more money, right? I think they're on the same road. Try fighting the Minotaur looking enemy. They can drop something good. Also, possibly dark fruit drop. Yeah, I got some dark fruit from them one time before. Dead end. Did I try feeding it to my angel? Dead end. Dead end. Oh, want me to look up how to get your angel to master? Sure. Oh, it's a surprise. Oh no. So form 2 Sprite, I think, and then feed it the dark fruit. Alright, and there's the stairs too. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do our save. Then we're going to pull up our capital, change it to form 2. And then feed it the dark fruit. Was that a unicorn? Yeah. It's light, it's a unicorn, class 5. It's got dash and antler stab, but no healing spells. Two uglies blocking the door. No healing for now. It might learn a new move or two, but yeah, Master Form is not always better. Yeah. Of course, the issue you have anyways is you can't control the monster. And so even if they have the healing ability, there's no guarantee that they're going to use it, or they're going to use it on the right person, for that matter. So it's kind of... its usefulness varies anyways. Alright. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we are back. Looks like we got some big obstacles in our way here. Let's see if we can take them out. Well, that's nice. As long as she keeps using it. Works for me. Still has less than 300 hit points, though. Let's see. I think she has 236 hit points. Oh, we got different colors. We have a flame genie and an earth genie. Can't use fire. I think for ice it would have hit a little bit harder, but okay. Wow, still standing. Ouch. Nice. All right. Was the stairs back this way? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna save. All right. We were already over there. we're ready to go down the stairs. $74. He was coming after me. Did you see that? Oh boy. Archfiend and Ice Road. How do you say that? The spell. You're gonna use it twice in a row, too. Must be nice to be able to do that, right? He is a dangerous one, a very dangerous one. He's probably gonna kill us. Because he moves before we do. Or this could kill us. That could kill us. Well, different floor. Wow, look at all the treasure and the enemies. We learned shield. Last time I used one of these balls, it was garbage. Which we don't have a nice ball anyway. Those Katanas can drop good stuff. Alright, we'll try to go after the Minotaurs here. Oh my magic. This is all attack. See what happens. He's got to be dead pretty soon. He doesn't have much magic left, but I guess you can have it. I don't think I have the same spell. Not that it matters, I don't have any magic at all. Nope. Let him do absorb. I got no magic left to let him steal. You can't use it yet. I think he's almost dead anyways. Of course, I could be wrong. He's only got 42. Probably gonna get attacked by that genie. Ghost close. Close with a ghostly presence. Does his by itself. Look at that. And it's not cursed. Drops it down a lot. He would hit twice. I wonder how hard exactly he would hit. We're gonna get to the Minotaurs. I gotta get rid of the genies first. They're in the way. Oh, I forgot to change back to the unicorn. Nice. Let's see. Enemy's defense is calculated twice also, so I doubt multi-sword is ever worth here, unless you want to win the cave by cheesing it. The bush. Of course, the bush. We got wind genies now. These things are gonna steal all my magic. Jeez. That was a lot of levels. 44 and 45, look at that. Twitch being silly, I use the word dog and the dog emote a lot. Side ads for dog food. I don't even own a pet. Genie got in the way again. Those genies, they don't want me to fight the Minotaur. It's funny how that works. You know, I remember being a kid, there was a thing called privacy. And you could get in trouble if you invade on somebody's privacy. Nowadays, there's no such thing as privacy anymore. That's gone completely out the window. And so I, on several occasions, have had it where I'm having a conversation with my wife or whoever, you know, is in the room with me about something. And then not long afterwards, there is a ad on Facebook or even an ad on like TikTok or some video, you know, platform about what we were talking about. Because even though you're not on your phone, they're still listening. Ouch. Privacy is a thing we remember like ownership. Yes, that is true. You don't own anything anymore either. That's a relatively new debate that's been going on in the gaming world here recently, particularly with PlayStation and their decision to go digital only. Within the next couple of years, PlayStation will no longer offer digital games for their consoles. So you have to buy digital. Then they've also have mentioned just because you buy a game doesn't mean you own it. So really we're going to be renting games, not really owning it. All right, so yes, you're right. To some degree, yes, there is privacy. Okay. And obviously, there's certain places that you're still kind of protected by law for privacy, like going to the bathroom. Okay. So you can walk into a store, sure, they can videotape you all over that store. They can probably even follow you all over that store. But once you go into the bathroom, that's when your privacy is more protected. Your privacy at the moment, anyways, yeah, sure, it's protected within your home. But if there's a guy standing on the street, he can video record or take pictures of your kids playing in the front yard, or try to take pictures through the windows, or binoculars through your windows, and there's really nothing you can do about it. That's kind of an issue. As far as I'm aware, they're not supposed to have cameras in the changing rooms or in the bathrooms. They could get in a lot of trouble there. If there's a flock camera in the truck, on a light pole, or in the store, you're tracked. Yeah. So, and flock cameras are kind of a new thing that, relatively new, that are popping up everywhere, and a lot of people are pissed about it. There was a point I was trying to get to, and I kind of went off on a tangent with some of the comments here. Let me scroll up and see what we got here. Okay. Okay, so yes, there are certain places where you have privacy. However, there's also certain agencies that can legally invade that privacy. Individuals, the public, if they're standing on the street and it's a public road, then they can pretty much do whatever they want. They can watch, video record, whatever. Your phone, okay, this is where I was wanting to get to. So it says, also you can modify your phone or turn it off completely. Okay, not exactly. There was a video, a guy was doing an experiment. Okay, and apparently, Google tracks what you're doing, and apparently I can't remember because it's been several years since I saw this video, but there's a way to go into Google and see where they are tracking you, basically. And he did an experiment, and he had one phone turned on, he had one phone turned off. And he drove all around the city. I think he was in California somewhere. Drove all around the city, different places, and both phones were still tracking him, even though the one was turned off. It was still tracking him, even while it was turned off. So just because your phone's off doesn't mean it's off completely. You would be better off leaving it at home, and then it couldn't track you. In which, I like having a phone. I like the convenience of, if a car breaks down or there's an emergency, you can call, get help. If I'm on vacation and I need to find a restaurant or something, I can look it up on my phone, If I'm waiting in line, I can play a little phone game or something, listen to music, that's all cool. But unfortunately, I think the downside, there's pros and cons of everything, okay? And so even though this is so convenient, the con is the world is now built up around phones. Everything is about phones, okay? Everybody has a phone. Some people can't keep their eyes off it for 5 minutes. Even businesses now want you to have an app. Like I remember we were filing our taxes, H&R Block. And they messaged us, said, yeah, we need a copy of your social security card. And they're like, they were kind of wanting me to go on their app and do it that way. And I'm like, no, we'll come down to the office and you can, make your copy with your copy machine. I'm not putting my social security number and card on the internet. That's stupid. You might have heard that they're, I guess this doesn't work for you if you're not in North Carolina. I don't know about other states, but North Carolina is doing away with paper registrations and stickers that go on your license plates. Okay, so in several months, I think it's supposed to start in October. When you renew your registration, you're not going to get a card anymore. You're not going to get a sticker for your license plate. Okay, they're going to want you to keep track of it. You still have to pay for it, but you're going to have to keep track of it through the internet and or your phone. Okay, and so they said, you can print it out yourself. So now they passed the buck to the people. So we're paying them, and instead of them using a portion of what we're paying them to print us a card and mail it to us, they're just going to take all the money, and then we have to use more money if we want the card. Because what's going to happen is if a police officer pulls you over and wants your registration, you are still required by law to show him that registration. So you have two options. Show him your phone, or you print out your own card. And it's heavily recommended that you print out your own card, because if you show him the phone, he can now access everything on your phone and potentially use it for whatever reason he wants to make some more money. Because everything is commercialized in the U.S., even law enforcement. They get a percentage of whatever they're nailing you with. I remember several years ago, I had a speeding ticket, and after paying for it, the lawyer or whoever sent me a nice little table where all my money went. 5%, and it's not a huge percent, 5% went to the police department. But if you times that by 100 people, they're making some money. So, wasn't America the land of the brave and the free? Well, we could get into a big discussion about that. And then we'll never get to play Lufia, honestly. The brave and the free was the intention. First of all, the United States, obviously, we all know the land was stolen from the Native Americans by Europeans, the white man. So the U.S. was first created on theft. And then, yes, we had the brave and the free. We were offering land to foreigners, and we were welcoming people into this country. The country is built on multiculturalism, and we tried to fight against oppression and all that. That was the idea. And surely there was a lot of people in history who that was their goal. And then you have other people in our history. The opposite was the goal. Kind of the people who are in charge right now are the opposite of that. They don't want this country to be multicultural. They really want just white people here. They are not welcoming anybody else here. They don't care about freedom. They don't want to fight against oppression. Otherwise, we would have defended Ukraine and probably Palestine, and not pick a fight with Iran. So really, America, and we can't really say America technically. I'm gonna snooze the ad here because we're in a discussion. Um, so really, United States, because if you say America, you have North and South America, so you're kind of including Canada and South America and Mexico and all them. So really, just United States is really what the issue is at the moment. It's not really the land of the brave or the free. Uh, Most of the people who are in charge are cowards, and it's more about the land of the greed. Okay, this country is run by greed. They try to tell you prices are going up because of inflation, because the country's in debt, and it's not. It's a lie. It's about greed because you have the top 1% and they want it all. They don't want anybody else to have anything. So where we're kind of heading is we're repeating history a little bit here. We're supposed to learn from history and become better, but human nature has this bad habit of repeating history instead of learning from it. So you might have remembered, from history, particularly back during the Middle Ages, medieval times, you had the kings and you had the nobles and the royals, and then you had the peasants. Okay. And so the royals and the nobles, they had all the money, they had all the benefits, they had everything, and the peasants were basically stepped upon. They had hardly anything. That's where we're heading back to in the United States. That's the direction that we're going to go to. We fought a revolutionary war to separate us from England because of taxing and oppression and all this stuff, and then we turned right into the way England was at that time period. So it's how you have a president who has over 30 felonies in office, and has even himself admitted to things as besides me. It makes no sense. The man could stand there and say he's killed 100 people and they would still love him for it, and he would still be president to this day. He could do the worst thing possible, and they would still worship him. I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. It makes no sense to me. I got to catch up on some of these comments here. Carrying cash is also illegal. Apparently, they'll take that, and it's up to you to prove that your money is innocent of any crime. The thing about cash is it's not traceable. And so, yes, if you're robbed, there's nothing you can do about it. If they steal your bank card, you could block your card. They can get grabbed and arrested wherever they try to spend it. And then there's usually banks will try to reimburse you sometimes as far as that goes. On the other token, they don't want you to have cash because they can't trace your cash, and they can't really determine if you're paying enough in taxes. So, like, for example, I own a business. All right, I teach martial arts. If I say cash only, and there's some businesses that do cash only, the government really has no idea how much money I'm actually making. I could be making more than I say I am, and pocket more money and pay less taxes. They have no way of really determining that. But if we have digital only, the government can take control of your bank accounts and monitor what you're doing on the computer. That's kind of the whole digital versus physical debate here. Let's see here. My Indians are called Indians over there, right? I know, because my father's a ship archaeologist. No joke. Indian isn't politically correct anymore. They're officially native tribes. Political immunity. He could truthfully say he killed a lot more than that, yeah. Actually curious what martial art or arts. Okay, so, yes, so they were called Indians because they thought when they came here that this was India. Originally, they actually went to the wrong country. They were trying to find India, and they came here, and it was inhabited by Native Americans, and so they were called Indians, thinking that this was India. And then later, obviously, discovered that that was incorrect, and so Native Americans is kind of the term that's being used. And there's a lot of debate. I'm going to snooze one more time here. A lot of debate where the Native Americans originally came from. I remember they were discussing about it in when I was in school. You might remember there used to be a land bridge that connected to Alaska, I think from Russia to Alaska. Okay. And so there was a time period where you could cross over to the two countries or whatever. So there's thoughts that maybe some of the Native Americans might have originated from Russia, Alaska, and Canada and whatnot. But regardless, even Russia was a different country back then. It's not what it is today. Probably wasn't even called Russia back at that time period. But yeah. Let's see here. Political immunity, I think, is complete garbage. ICE, which is his personal Gestapo, they also have immunity. They can pretty much do whatever they want. So if they come to my door thinking that I'm an immigrant, even though I'm born and raised here, and my parents were born and raised here, I guess it depends on how far you want to go back. If you go back far enough, everybody in this country is a immigrant. They want to do away with birthright citizenship. But the problem is, the ones that want to do away with it, they're here because of birthright citizenship. It's kind of, it doesn't make sense. But anyways, if they think that I'm a legal immigrant or whatever, they can knock down my door. They don't need a warrant. They can knock down my door. They could beat me up. They could shoot me. They could kill my children and get away with it. They have immunity. They can do whatever they want. They've already murdered many people. And some of them were actual citizens, not even immigrants, not even birthright citizens. They were naturally here. They've already killed people, and they get away with it. And how can they not when you have a felon as president who's trying hard to eliminate elections and become the king? That's why you have people protesting and say no kings. Okay. Let's see here. I mean, he's called his own followers dumb and stupid. He says that's why he likes Republicans, is because they're dumb and stupid and they'll believe whatever he wants them to believe. His words, not mine, not Democrats' words, not news media's words, his words. They don't even believe the words that come out of his own mouth. So it's like, okay. Martial arts. I have primarily training in kind of a combination of Tang Soo and Taekwondo. Currently a third-degree black belt. I've been doing it for over 26 years. And when I moved here to the beach, I opened up relocated the school, and I've been teaching here. That's kind of my job at the moment. Business is a little slow, but hopefully it picks up. I am competing with the beach, after all. Thought they found a shortcut. No, this country, unfortunately, is going in a bad direction, and it's gonna take a lot to get us going into back in the right direction, and it's gonna cost a lot of money, which is probably gonna put us in more debt. If you ask me, a budget is simple math. Okay, they talk about the country's in debt. We don't have money, and we got to cut Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security and all these financial programs that help people who are less financial, fortunate, we'll say. They're going to cut money from the people who need it and give money to the people who don't need it. So instead of making this multi-billion-dollar corporation pay a fair share in taxes, or pay taxes at all for that matter, they're going to go after the people who don't have any money. And it's like, did you not pay attention to math class in elementary school? You can't take something from nothing. If you need money to make the country better, you have to take it from those who have it. Kind of common sense, right? They don't need billions of dollars anyways. If they were to tax all the corporations appropriately, this country, like several other countries, could have universal health care. Hell, we could probably even say free health care. People wouldn't even have to pay it in their taxes because the corporations have enough money to do it. But, land of the greed. All right, enough of politics. 30 seconds, then there's going to be an ad. I'm not going to snooze it because I've already snoozed it twice. And my controller has already fallen asleep. Okay, we're good health-wise. Where are we? Fighting Minotaurs. Let's see if we can take them out. All right, Minotaur or Gorgon. That was a nice hit. Self-defense is a thing. Did judo as a kid. Didn't go far, but I am for, especially if you are outnumbered, no excessive violence needed. Martial arts, unfortunately, is also commercial arts. Now, I trained in a independent, traditional, smaller school. It wasn't really about the money. I think I'm out of potions. And sports has really taken over a lot. Particularly in the MMA world. So, MMA is great, okay? If you want to be technical, at this point, just about every style of martial arts is technically mixed martial arts. Okay, they mix things. So, for example, karate, it might use some judo and some jujitsu in its self-defense techniques. So technically, it's a mixed martial art. Hapkido is Korean. It's like a combination of Aikido and Taekwondo. Mixed martial art. It's the same thing. You can't even say that there's one pure race anymore. Everybody's mixed up. There's no such thing as one pure race. So to some degree, every martial art is mixed. But particularly when people talk about MMA, they're talking about what you see in the UFC. The cage fighting is what they're talking about. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Woohoo! Can't hear the alert music over the game music though. Yeah. So, the UFC style of martial arts is what's kind of famous, especially here in the United States. Which mostly is like kickboxing and jiu-jitsu. Mostly. There's other fighters that, you know, that might be taekwondo and jiu-jitsu or whatever. And that's fine. But there's a lot of people that have this thought process that MMA, UFC, is the best. And all the other martial arts are a joke and a waste of time and don't work. I've seen several videos and comments. We usually refer to those people as keyboard warriors. Because lots of times in their comments, I can kick your butt. All right, let's see it. Okay, let's see your videos of you doing martial arts. If you're so good. And they never have a video. They're just running their mouth. Give me a second. My daughter is hollering at me. Seem like a cool dude. Try me. Come along. Well, be right back. Let me run for another glass of wine. All right. So, yeah, I was talking a little bit about martial arts. And don't get me wrong. UFC's entertaining, but it's not all there is. There's a lot of people, they think that the cage fighting is supreme, and you should just train to fight and throw out forms, katas, all that other stuff. Throw it all out, it's all useless. Field here. You know, the thing to remember about UFC, even though it might be a little more brutal than other martial arts that have rules and whatnot, they still have rules. And guess what? In self-defense on the street, you don't have those same rules. There's no referee. There's no points. There's no time. Oh, there's the stairs. Halberd. UFC fighters great fighters? Yes. Fighters. Okay? That's what they are. They're fighters. There's a difference between a fighter and a martial artist. Martial artist does more than just fight. On corridor. Another help. It's probably a dead end, I bet you. I bet you it's a dead end. Ultimately, it depends on where you train, okay? The way I was trained, obviously we have certain rules so we don't hurt each other, we don't hurt our partners. Because if you hurt your partner and fight 100% with your partner, somebody's going to get hurt or dead. And then eventually you're going to run out of partners. Nobody's going to want to train with you, right? So there's certain rules to protect us. Not to mention, everybody has life and family and bills. So if we constantly injure each other, that gets very expensive. Then you can't afford to come to class anymore. But when we train, particularly for self-defense, it's to end the fight quickly. Okay, we're not trying to show off like you are in a ring. We don't care if the world thinks we're big and bad. Oh, it's a door! Might end up dead. So there's a difference between being in a ring, even in sport karate, not necessarily just UFC. You're trying to score points to win a fight. Somebody attacks you on the street, break his arm, break his knee, punch him in the throat, kick him in the groin, gouge out his eyes, whatever it takes to survive and get away. You might have a legal battle afterwards, but at least you're alive. That is the number one goal, to survive, to fight another day. That's the difference between sport martial arts and self-defense martial arts. Are we gonna survive? He did. I was hoping that hit harder. Problem is they move first, and I think they both get two turns. Not very promising here. Nope. We died. Alright, so we have a door that way. We have a door that way. We have not gone down this way. Left coat. Get in. Came from this way. This is a dead end. No, this leads to another long hallway. Not gonna fight him again. And dead. Oh, we got the myth blade again. Thank you. And this time we're gonna save it because we have the stairs. At least I believe that was the stairs. I know where that leads. To that long hallway. Alright. Alright, that's all the time I have for today, but thank you for coming and watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that follow button. I'm usually live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. Lufia 2 on Mondays and Tuesdays, if I can talk here. Fallout New Vegas on Wednesdays and Fridays. Keep in mind, at the end of the month, we're going to be switching that a little bit. Let me pull up the calendar here. I think next week, I need to verify with my wife, but next week, the schedule is going to change. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, no Fridays, because her day off is changing. I'm going to verify with it, and I'll let you know next week. But yes, it'll be Monday through Thursday. That way you can come every day, and you don't have to worry about a day in between either. All right. So we had a little bit of political talk here today. I hope I didn't necessarily offend anybody. It wasn't meant to offend anybody except those, who honestly deserve it, which were the people that I was talking about, in my opinion. And we are all entitled to that opinion. I still will respect that you have a right to your opinion as well. But I, for the most part, kind of believe it as I see it, kind of thing. I don't take everything I'm told as its truth unless it comes from that particular person's mouth. Okay? So when I judge the president, I'm judging him based off of what he says and does. I'm not basing it off of what other people he says and does. Okay? I will listen to what people have to say, but I'm not going to believe it 100%. Okay? We don't always talk politics in the stream. It's probably a good thing not to do, because a lot of people are trying to leave that kind of life. They're trying to get an out away from stressors in their life, debt, bills, politics, the whole 9 yards. It's gaming can be like an escape. It's like a therapy, and that's kind of the thought process behind streaming and community and whatnot. But occasionally we will talk about it as it comes up, and I will share my 2 cents kind of thing. You don't have to accept it as truth. I'm just sharing my thoughts and things that are going through my mind and my heart and whatnot. Not saying that it's the law of the land, okay? But we'll talk about it every now and then, but that's not the main point of this channel. It is, of course, gaming, in which we play a lot of retro games and RPG games. We might throw out some modern RPGs from time to time. It's just a little bit harder for modern games right now because of my computer and it only having 3 gigs of VRAM. So most of the modern games will probably be on PlayStation 5 until I can get this computer upgraded, which is not cheap. But anyways, I hope you did enjoy the stream. I enjoyed the conversations. I look forward to talking to y'all again. And I'll be back tomorrow with Fallout New Vegas. Y'all have a good day.
We roll at dusk, blue in the mirror, palm trees lean and the air tastes bitter. Two clean suits, no one knows our names. One wrong step, then the whole thing changes. Fast cars glide past the bait shop sign. Loose lips sing when the line gets tight. You call my phone from the other side. We talking codes and keep it light. Got the badge in the backseat, got a storm in the heat. Every grin could be a night, every turn could take a life. South Beach wire, we want that wire. South Beach wire, burning higher. They move in silence, we move harder. South Beach wire, we go farther. Ooh, dark side deals in a midnight shed. Cold cash stacked and a rumor spread. I see your eyes in the chrome of the glass. One breath too long and the moment passed. As a badge at backseat, got a storm in the heat. Everything could be a night, every turn could take a life. South Beach wire, we want that wire. South Beach wire, burning higher. They move in silence, we move harder. South Beach wire, we go farther. If I go under, tell my name. If you go down, I feel the flame. We chase the smoke, we break the chain, till the whole dark coast knows our game.